Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. After this video, we're probably going to have two more uploads. We're going to talk about the Serie team of the season that's going to be coming out, and then we're also going to have a tactic video and then the League One tier list. So we're going to upload all of those today. Should have done this in the morning, but we're going to be doing it now, so it is what it is. Guys, the Serie team of the season, a lot of very good players in here, a lot of I was about to say characters as if they're like, well, technically they are video game characters in a way, right? But a lot of good cards here, right? A lot of good cards because they all have those base things, right? Tonali, really good defensive player. Theo Hernandez got that body type with crazy defensive capabilities, right? A lot of really good stuff here. So we're gonna be taking a look at each individual card, what they can end up being. Obviously, there's a few cards that could end up coming out during gameplay objectives. For instance, this Pellegrini card is one of them, and then I think that there is some gameplay objectives as well that could be coming out too, but we don't have those just yet. So we're gonna be talking about each one of these ones for now, and we'll basically take it from there. So Vlahovic. So Vlahovic had a Future Stars card that I do remember reviewing. Honestly, this card, there were some people that liked using him a lot. Obviously, if you like those physical type strikers, you know, this was going to be that type of guy for you for sure. I wasn't like super crazy on him, but people really enjoyed using him because of the physical presence in the air, right? He was a card that was really good at heading the ball because of his 98 heading accuracy. You know, he's a tall player at 6'3", high and average body type. Yeah, it was one of those cards where I wasn't crazy about it, but it was still decent to use. But with the way that this card is formatted, right, you can see that if he does get the right upgrades in the right areas, right, let's just say for instance he actually looks like this. You can see already has the base card stats of 96 shooting. You can see that the 94 dribbling, 79 for passing, 95 for pace. That's like the ballpark area. If you were to give this card an engine and chemistry style, then you're looking at a very good physical type striker, basically like a Weghorst type of card, right? He's a four-star player, doesn't have any traits. Maybe they add some to it, who knows? They've taken off from Holland, I'm pretty sure, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, this card definitely has a lot of potential to be one of the better physical type strikers in the game because he even has a high medium work rates, which is cool. But if they give him, you know what they could do? Yo, EA, give him flashback Benzema's high-low work rates, and you're looking at a sick card. Okay. Next up, we have Immobile. So Immobile is really funny because Immobile was actually the type of player that people used in the beginning of the year. Immobile. Yeah, this is the type of card that people actually used in the beginning of the year because in the beginning of the year, people actually liked using physical type strikers a little bit more. You know, players like Lukaku, Holland, Immobile. These guys died out, I wouldn't say like pretty quickly. Like I think they still lasted like 2 months into the game. I remember people still use the Isaac card, but obviously at some point they died out a little bit more. But Immobile is a card that's actually set up very nicely because it depends what they give these cards, right? Because this one has a 3-star skill move. So if they give him a 4-star skill move, it'd be helpful, to be honest with you, because it makes him less linear to play with. He's a person who has a unique body type, right? So if formatted correctly, it would be super ideal to, again, give him the engine. But you can see that his agility is on the lower side. So because that's the case, you'd probably have to give him a finisher chemistry style with base card stats being improved by quite a bit, right? So I'm assuming that with the high medium work rate, physical type striker, he would have like a 94 for pace. So you'd probably work with that, or you'd probably give him a Hawk chemistry style, right? Because of the way that the shooting stats are set up, if they improve dribbling a certain way, and if his unique body type works a certain way. Because you guys know that I like to use the flashback Icardi card, and honestly flashback Icardi was actually really cool to use. Honestly, still pretty cool to use for what it is. Next up is Coolie Daddy, bro. Coolie Daddy. Yo, this card, let me tell you, bro, if this card gets a team of the season, I think he'll it depends how they do the pace splits, because they do change the pace split for some of the upgrades on the cards. But if they make a proper pace split and then you can give him an anchor or a shadow, excuse me, if you can give him an anchor or a shadow chemistry style, I'm telling you guys, this guy has the it factor. You know why he has the it factor? Because Koulibaly has the unique body type, so he has that hunchback. You know that hunchback body type? Him, Theo Hernandez has the hunchback body type. That is incredible to work with when it comes to defenders in this game, defensive animations, right? It's the way they go into challenges that just works out so great. So yeah, if he gets an upgrade, he'll be nuts. Obviously with the dribbling boost as well, like let's just say they did this, for example, to a 78, that would be a huge plus too, because you do notice this stuff more maybe for the on the ball movement. I don't remember because it's been a while since I tried out this card, but yeah, on a shadow chemistry style, it could definitely be very, very saucy. I could see him being full meta. It's just the links. The links is the hard part to work with. That's the only reason why people don't really use them. But hey, maybe he goes to Barcelona, you know what I'm saying? Gets a nice little link right like that. Bharati. Okay, so Bharati's card. I think Bharati is usually a fodder card for the most part, but this one actually looks pretty good. Let's see. People just don't really use these types of guys, you know? Bharati. Okay, so let's see what he's working with. So he's lean body type at 6 foot tall. Okay, so they have to improve his weak foot at the very least. It'd be cool if they gave him like a skill move upgrade as well. The way that he's formatted, it's probably going to be a marksman chemistry style type flex. Probably. Maybe an engine as well. Yeah, because right now this is formatted nicely on an engine, but base card stats for shooting needs to be increased, pace needs to be increased. This one, let me see. So 94, 93, 96, like just as an example. It'd probably be a hawk, and then you would mainly use him in the side positions, because to be fair, if you look at his dribbling stats as it is right now, it is in the higher 80 area. So they'd probably improve him to the point where he's actually nice. A work rate improvement would definitely be very important too, because a medium just makes these guys super boring. Some players, you know, it doesn't really matter that they have the medium, but most of them I would say it definitely does. Players that didn't matter, Mkhitaryan, who also is a medium in the attack. Flashback Morata has a medium, but he has sick attacking AI, still does to this day. Honestly, I hope they release a Morata card. I think I'd actually like Morata maybe more than like Benzema's movement. It could be the case, because if they improve him to be a certain thing, you know, could be very nice. So we'll take a look at that afterwards if they actually do like some sort of flashback or something, right? Barella, oh wait, no, technically he already had a flashback, so he can't. Unless they give him a second flashback. Barella, this guy I think is going to be really, really good. He has a great pace split, high work rates, short and lean minus. Short and lean minus is a combination of being agile, but also physical, which I think is always fantastic to work with. But yeah, I think with this card, if they give him like a 4-star weak foot, at the very least, I don't care about skill moves that much, but if they gave him a 4-star, it'd be great, obviously. But if they give him that 4-star weak foot, one of the better midfielders in this game. Like I'm telling you, like he's 5'8", like he's a shorter player, but I'm telling you that short and lean minus from the time period at the time, he was very nice. So that card could definitely be really cool, either on an anchor chemistry style, on a shadow chemistry style, probably mostly an anchor, with how they improve the cards in the future, because he'll essentially be perfect at doing everything, which would be really cool for this card. Tonali's gonna be a beast for sure. I highly doubt that he's, you know, not gonna be a beast. This card is definitely a meta monster in this game, 100%. Like if you're using this card on your team right now, he will still perform like a beast for you. This card's good because he's a combination of everything, right? So unique body type, 5'11" height, 4-star weak foot. You give him a shadow, already has the physical stuff. Passing is there, shooting is pretty decent for a CDM. He's got the dribbling, right? All of that is most likely going to be improved on top of this fantasy card, right? So this card at the time as an SBC was already a W. It was him, Kelly Judy, right? When those cards were released, I was like, guys, these cards, they have that base thing. So if they get upgraded, they're going to be really crazy. And they ended up being very good cards. So yeah, definitely a team of the season to look forward to as well. Theo Hernandez is, in my opinion, going to be probably an S tier when we do the Serie A reviews for the most part, because like I said, guys, this card has a unique body type, but it's that body type like this, you know? So these guys, they're crazy to use in this game. Like if you were to use this inform card in your team right now, I wouldn't even judge you. Like defensively, the card is just very solid. Like if you give him a sentinel chemistry style, take a look at his stats everywhere, right? Like even physicals there, he's got great defensive capabilities, the pace is already there. That's always the important thing, right? Is when you already have the base pace stats. With the team of the season version, what I think will happen is you're probably going to give him a backbone chemistry style because of the way that the passing stats are formatted, right? Because you're going to improve the physical, you're going to improve the defense, but just look at this inform card right now, right? Imagine that being upgraded in those areas for the team of the season version. It would be nuts. And honestly, it would be a huge plus if they gave him like a 4-star weak foot. The 4-star weak foot would be the cherry on top. I think he'd be a full meta card 100% in that defensive area, mainly if you're using him in the left back position. You can use him as a left mid potentially if you give him like an engine chemistry style or something, but I think that'd be wasted for him. Like left back being a defensive player, even left back to be used as your left center back in the team, I feel like he'd be a monster too. But obviously we're gonna have to see that when the time comes. Lautaro Martinez, I think, is going to be pretty solid, to be honest. I think it won't be like, oh my goodness, this card is crazy, you know? But I think he'll definitely be very solid to work with, because I can imagine them improving base card stats for dribbling so that you can give him a hawk chemistry style to essentially have perfect shooting, perfect pace. You know, this card right now already gets that +5/+5 to be at a 99/96. So it might not even be this case. Like, it might just be a case where you give him like a finisher, or you give him like a sniper, because a sniper gives him the physical boost while giving him the shooting, and then the dribbling for base card stats would be improved considering the fact that he has a unique body type at 5'9". So he could definitely be a monster, especially if they mess with his skill moves or weak foot in a certain way. He could definitely be very, very solid, right? Next up we have mgnon. This card, by the way, is this guy, I would personally consider him one of the best goalkeepers this year. He's been absolutely phenomenal. But in FIFA, I never actually tried out this card, I don't think. I never actually tried him out. So I cannot tell you what he's actually like. We'll see if we actually end up doing the review for him, because goalkeeper reviews and defender reviews, they only happen if I'm checking out attackers, right? So when I'm checking out attackers, it's easier for me to check out the defenders, because defender reviews are really, really boring, right? So, but yeah, mgnon we could definitely check out. I've heard good things about this card, to be honest with you. I didn't really hear that many bad things about him. He actually has the comes for crosses trait too, which is definitely very, very helpful. Malinkovic-Savic, so Malinkovic-Savic, you know what's really funny about these cards is that I feel like, I don't know, because dribbling is really high just on the winter wild card. Pace split is bad, but on the team of the season, it would be improved drastically. Because if you take a look at this one right now, he's going to have 88 pace, 87. Not he's gonna, but like I'm saying, like formatted potentially like this. So it's an obvious shadow chemistry style, right? Obvious shadow chemistry style for a card that has really good shooting as of right now. He's going to be improved in that area, right? Passing is there, dribbling is there, physicality is there. He's a tall player at 6'3" with that 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. He has potential to be full meta as well, because he even has the high and average body type. So if formatted correctly, he can be an absolute monster for sure. He even has the outside foot shot traits and the power header trait, which is definitely very, very cool. Yeah, he could be nuts, to be honest. Rafael Leão, the main thing I'm going to say about Leão is they have to format that dribbling a certain way, where the chemistry style that you give him is an obvious one. Because here's the problem that I have, right? So this card, you know, he already has 99 pace, right? The shooting's at 93, 96 for dribbling, blah, blah. But they have to format his dribbling like in a new way, because I don't want to have to get that team of the season version and then have to give him an engine chemistry style, but still be working with low balance. Now, to be honest, if they improve base card stats for dribbling in most of the areas of the card, he's still going to be pretty solid in my opinion, right? But I do feel like this is going to be like a huge necessity. Like, I think they have to change the format of the card for the team of the season for him to be significantly better, right? Definitely looking forward to reviewing him for sure, you know, Portuguese FC and all that. But yeah, it's definitely one of those types of cards where they have to format it differently for him to really perform to the best of his ability. I could see them giving him like a 5-star skill move, like maybe for the sake of FIFA and having some hype on a certain card. I could totally see that, to be honest with you. Cuadrado will definitely be good too. I think he'll be solid. I think the main thing that Cuadrado lacks probably for this game is in physical presence. But the thing is though, right, is that this card, if they actually give him 98 pace, and then you can give him like a backbone chemistry style, or, you know, you give him a sentinel chemistry style, I still think the card is incredible to work with. He's got 5-star skills, 5'10" height, lean body type, right? Like, he doesn't have that physical presence, but what he does have is someone who is agile, that moves across the pitch really nicely, right? If they improve his base card stats for shooting as much as possible, it's a card that looks great in that right mid position too, in a 3-back formation. So he could definitely be very cool. Hopefully they give him like a 4-star weak foot or something. That'd be really, really great to work with, because you can use him as like an attacking, or not even attacking, but you can use him as one of your center mids too, if you really want to. Pellegrini, I think is going to be a versatile beast, to be honest with you. I think this card's going to be a versatile monster. I heard good things about this card when it came out. I never actually tried him out myself, but I heard that some people actually enjoyed using him. But a few things that is a little bit weird on the card for a midfielder, because obviously he has everything, right? I prefer the weak foot over the skill moves for a midfielder, personally. I think that's just going to be the case most of the times. The height is great, body type is great, definitely needs a work rate change. I would say like maybe to like a high medium or a high work rate would definitely be very nice for this card at a high and average body type, because this card is most likely going to be an obvious anchor chemistry style, but his dribbling is set up in a fantastic area considering the body type. Shooting is set up in a fantastic area, passing is set up in a fantastic area. It's just all set up very nicely for this card as well. So it just depends on how they format him too, with the work rates, the weak foot, and all that good stuff, you know. Simeone, I think Simeone was hyped in the beginning of the year, actually. Yeah, he had a player of the month version. The player of the month, Simeone, how much views did that card get? Let's see, Simeone. In the beginning of the year, that card actually got 60k views, okay? 60k views on this card in the beginning of the year when he first initially launched. And then I think he had like a headliners, and no one really cared about the headliners, because the reason why this card was decent in the beginning is because, again, these types of cards, guys, in the beginning, they were actually cards that people enjoyed using. So if you gave him like a hunter chemistry style, he has the high work rates. Cards like this, sometimes they move similar to like the Holland card, and Holland was one of the cards people like to use in the beginning of the year too. So people actually were super interested in this card because of that reason, right? But yeah, on a hunter chemistry style, that's how this card is formatted. He definitely needs improvements in certain areas. The high work rates I don't mind as much, but he does have an average body type, so they have to make it like an obvious engine chemistry style or something, you know, with really high shooting. Pace is going to be like crazy, you know, that kind of thing, because he definitely needs those improvements, because average body type, it just dwindles further and further down for FIFA. Tamari, I can see Tamari being a beast, to be honest. At some point this year, a lot of people actually use the OTW version. Now, I tried him out myself during the time period. I wasn't like crazy about it, to be honest. Like Tamari, I was like, yeah, you know, it's like cool beans, you know, but I wasn't like super invested. But obviously with the new version of the card, they have to adjust the pace split, because the pace split is at an 8. So, you know, technically, yes, you can give him the shadow chemistry style, but he's already at a 99 for sprint speed, you know? It depends too, because if they actually give him the same pace split, but then his base card stats for physical is higher and then his dribbling is higher as well, then I wouldn't necessarily mind it as much, right? But if you could give him like a shadow or an anchor chemistry style to work with those types of things, that would definitely be very cool as well. But that is going to conclude the Serie A introduction for the new team coming out. Definitely looks very good for the most part. Serie A is very interesting. I think it's one of the interesting team of the seasons that people actually like. League One is interesting, you know, Serie A and stuff. So yeah, definitely looking forward to trying out some of these cards. I will try to get the attackers more than anything, but when I get the attackers, I need to get the midfielders and defenders, because doing midfielder and defender reviews when I'm not doing an attacker review, you know, so I was going to end the video there, but I actually remember that Foot Sheriff actually tweeted out some of the cards that are actually going to be coming out. So Tane, mgnon is coming out. Stats predicted, obviously. Cuadrado. The next card here is Paulo Dybala's card, which I think is going to be an absolutely saucy card. Now, to be fair, the difference between Paulo Dybala's team of the season and this one is probably going to be how they do skill moves and weak foot, but it would be kind of saucy if they gave him the 5-star skill moves and then the 4-star weak foot, or they gave him a 5-star for the team of the season version, right? So I think that would be really saucy as a card. Honestly, Dybala's card was a joy to use. Oh, look, another medium that I didn't care too much about, if I remember correctly. Sorry, it's been such a long time since I actually checked out this card, but I don't think I did care about it. I think Dybala actually performed like a monster for me, if I remember correctly. So yeah, definitely a team of the season that if it comes out, I don't think they need to format him differently. I think he's formatted fine, but obviously a pace split difference would be really good in the future for sure, Because then you probably give him like a hawk, and his base card stats for dribbling would be even higher than this. Be kind of saucy, low key, not gonna lie to you guys. Let's see what else we got here. Immobile here. Kessie and Brozovic, those are big cards that I have to check out, because Kessie, honestly, Kessie in the beginning was a beast, bro. This card, when this card first came out, he was a monster, okay? Like, he was really, really good to use in the midfield position. Very, very solid card. You give him the shadow chemistry style, had the pace, defense. He's got that physical presence, you know, because this card has the average body type at 6 foot height, high work rates. So you guys know, it's just a trend this year that when you have those work rates, you have that body type, the pace is there with the defense. It's all set up perfectly, you know, very, very nice card. Also has the 4-star weak foot by default as well. So that, with improved shooting stats in the future, could definitely be a huge plus for sure. Apparently as an SBC. Ooh, SBC Kessie, eh? Okay. That'd be actually really sick, to be honest. SBC Kessie. How am I going to link this card? Oh, I have Brahim. I could link him. Yeah, I have Brahim. Okay, cool. Brozovic. Brozovic, guys, listen, let me tell you guys something, okay? This guy has a bunch of potential, okay? A bunch of potential to kind of be like Nkunku. He has a lot of potential, okay? Because listen, this card's traits, he has the finesse shot trait. He has a dive into tackles trait. I'm telling you guys, this card has the potential to be Nkunku 2.0. He could potentially be even better than Nkunku, because I will always prefer the weak foot over the skill moves when it comes to my midfielders, right? So, you know, this card got upgraded. When I did his review, it felt a little bit weird, right? You know, but Nkunku was kind of like that too. You know, he got to a certain point where, you know, you notice the medium, but then he's too good at doing everything else where you just don't really care that much, right? This team of the season, it's not how this card is formatted on the shadow that I'm looking at. It's more how he's formatted on an anchor that I'm looking at, right? But he only gets like a strength boost, he gets like a jumping boost, so it might not be the ideal thing to give him anyways, because look, base card stats for defense and physical is already in a good area, so I could totally see people giving him an engine chemistry style too. So we'll see how that card comes out, because like I said, guys, he could be really, really good, okay? He could be very, very good. He could be better than Nkunku. I'm not even joking when I say that, okay? But we'll see how he plays. I think that's pretty much it. Bharati, we did. Çalhanoğlu. I remember doing this card's review on Player of the Month, and I think the only reason why this card even got any sort of viewership on that video is because Turkish people are strong AF. You guys are just strong AF, because nobody in their right mind would be interested in this card. Çalhanoğlu. I remember reviewing him and I was like, what am I doing? Excuse me. Yeah, this card, he's formatted strangely because look, pace, shooting, but he has defense and physical. That's a big deal. That is a huge deal, because that makes it so that you can give him a shadow and then he's good at doing everything, but his pace split is very, very strange. But you know, this card, he's a medium average body type, 4-star. Yeah, it just depends on how they format him, really depends. You know what? They surprised me with the team of the season moments Lamar card with the upgrades to the defense and stuff. You know, it'd be nice if you could give this card like an anchor chemistry style or something, because I don't think this is a card that a lot of people will use in the attack that much. Because listen, if you use this card in the attack, you have to give him an engine, right? The pace needs to be super high, passing needs to be high, dribbling needs to be there, you know, shooting needs to be super high. But he has the traits. Long shot taker, he better have the long shot taker. Outside foot shot traits, you know. Yeah, this card was mostly like fodder, you know. Like I said, I think the Turkish people, they come in clutch for that review, because it was a fodder card for the most part. Like, I was just using a card for the sake of it at that point. But I think that's pretty much it, right? Oh, Bremmer. What is this card in Team S? I hope this card's not like an SBC or something. 85 pace. Let me see how he's currently formatted. Bremmer. His pace split is a 6. Yeah, that would have to be changed. Medium, high, and average. Yeah, this is probably gonna be one of the more fodder ones for sure. Maybe. Depends, bro, because sometimes they do like a weak foot change. Sometimes they do a pace split difference than what they had before. So it just depends on if they do all that kind of stuff, you know? Full Serie A team of the season. Okay, yeah, we got the most parts. Oh, Skriniar. Oh, dude. Skriniar. We gotta see Skriniar, because let me tell you guys this right now, bro. Okay, Skriniar. He's got mad potential, bro. Oh my goodness. The potential this card has is through the roof. Why is it through the roof, guys? Unique body type, 6'2", medium high, 4-star weak foot, shadow chemistry style. Boom. Boom, dude. This card, watch out if they give him a proper pace split, bro. If they give him a proper pace split and then the physicals increase for base card stats, watch out, bro. This guy is gonna be tough to pass. Probably gonna be one of the best center backs in the game. Potentially. Potentially. This dribbling might not matter, bro. It might not matter, I'll tell you that much. He looks like a monster, dude. Whew. Yeah, I think that's the last one we missed out on. Let's see. So, Calhanoglu, Bremmer, Theo, Tonali, Rafael Leão, Immobile. We're good to go, boys. We are good to go. And then Pellegrini. Is this the actual stats? Stats predicted. Oh, I wish. I mean, still, dude, look at this thing. This thing's sick. This thing's sick if done properly, I'm telling you. Definitely a very, very sick card. I don't know what that picture was. We move on, boys. We move on. But listen, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.